There we are. Good morning. Welcome to Clifford's Corner, where we encourage, empower, equip, educate, and entertain you. We want to welcome you to the show. We want you to like our Facebook page. Also, follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. Again, like the Clifford's Corner Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter. The show today is brought to you by Golden D Hairline Bonnets, Bows, Wigs, Weaves, Eyelashes, Eyelash Extensions, Edge Controls. Ladies, jump on that. Visit their website at goldendhairline.com. So, a common topic or a topic, and I'll tell you where I got the topic. The topic came from a place where I go. I hang my hangout spot, my chill spot. And they were talking about when, and let me say this, not picking on women, so y'all don't jump on me and start sending me no nasty gram emails about, hold on, adjust my headphones, there we go. Where a woman should get half of whatever. And of course, we're talking about material things. And, do they deserve it? And, of course, it's got a bunch of dudes in there. So it's a bunch of testosterone going on in there, relative to that. So let me back this back a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So that's an interesting topic. And when the place where I go, I guess the person who's talking the loudest usually wins. They're not always right, but they're definitely the loudest. So we're going to be talking about that. The question is, should the woman get half? And there are different variables to this. So this is just a scenario. We're creating a scenario to where the division of property, material, whatever it is, money, finances becomes, when is it applicable? When does it apply? Now, we did have an attorney on a while back. Shout out to Mr. Richard Nava and the Nava Law Group. So I do remember what he says. I am not an attorney. I have watched Perry Mason enough episodes to be able to qualify to answer some of your questions, and that information might not be correct and could possibly get you some time in jail if you listen to what I say. But I will take your money at $100 an hour. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I will. So in the process of separating or even divorce, when is a woman entitled to half? When is that? When do we get half? How do we know what half is? How do we add that up as to, what is half? When do I get half? Should I get half? So, again, this is just for fun, just a topic of discussion. Don't leave the show mad. We want you to come back. Once again, we want you to like our Facebook page. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. So first of all, should she get half? Should she get half? Now, I know some of you ladies watching are thinking, yeah, you should get half right off the bat. I put up with him in all these years. Don't forget, he had to put up with your behind too. Yeah, he had to put up with you. Y'all had to put up with each other. So the first thing, and these are just something that I came to mind. I always create like a little small little outline, so I know what I'm doing. What's the marital status? What is the marital status? When you go into a relationship, or when we get ready to start dividing up stuff, and you start hollering you want half, and you lawyer up, what is the marital status? Are we married? So if we're married, I believe the Texas law, states that that we need to go in and probably get an attorney. What I would suggest, if we can't reach something to where we don't have to lawyer up. For instance, this is just for instance. Should my wife decide she want to leave me, and I'm gonna tell y'all now, I don't think she's gonna leave me because she don't want me to be happy. So if we decide to leave, we already decided that we just splitting everything. Whatever it is, you take this, we take this. I get the dog. You get the cars or whatever, and we done. and you used up all my good years, and I'm mad at you, and I'm gonna throw a rock through your window when it's all over, and drive through your front yard or something like that to get you back. But what is the marital status? So what do we do when we're married and we start dividing up property? How do we know, who gets what? People, when they start dividing up stuff, it becomes trivial. They start arguing over, okay, well, it's 3 TVs in the house, and they all 85-inch TVs, and I don't want you to have it because this TV is sentimental to me. They all the same. It becomes small little things like that, to where the situation when we start dividing up who gets half, she gets half, it becomes an issue because we don't know how do we know what has more value? It's the same thing. So if we're married and we start dividing up stuff, then what is it that makes you think that you get more, or you get half, or you even get this and that? It starts to become a problem. The marital status plays a big role in whether or not she gets half. It does. And there are some instances where I've heard from people that work in the legal field and doing with insurance and things like that, where they might be entitled to it. Whether you think they are or not, whether you want to argue with them or not, the law comes in and says, yeah, they're entitled to that. They're entitled. Okay, so the marital status plays a big role in whether or not she gets half. And then number 2, the shared financial duties. And this is big right here. This is big. This is big. Wake up the person. Text somebody. Create a watch party. This part you don't want to miss this. Shared financial duties. Okay. First of all, these dudes in the spot where I chill was talking about, and this is crazy. This is crazy. If you marry, I think you should have shared responsibilities. Meaning, we all pay bills. We all pay bills. We all pay bills. We pay the lights. We pay the water. We pay the utilities. We pay the gas. We pay the car. We share responsibility. You ain't getting half if you ain't sharing the financial responsibility. You should not be entitled to half or nothing if you ain't paid into nothing. That's like us putting money in the pot, me putting money in the pot, and then at the end of the day, you come out with your hand out saying you supposed to get half of it, but you didn't pay on nothing. So and these dudes, hey, I ain't mad at you. These dudes letting these ladies lay up on them and not work and pay bills. God bless you. Hey, it ain't happening. No, because whatever you bring into the table, if it's just sex, I guarantee you it's not worth what we paying on these bills. I don't care what you say. No, it's not. No, you're not fine enough to lay up on me, and I'm not taking that back. Period. It is what it is. What it is. Some dudes rock it like that. You don't want your wife to work. Hey, there's a certain culture of people who they don't want their wives to work, and that's good. If you all can survive, that's fine. I'm not mad at you, but I said it before. In today's society, it takes 2 to share the financial responsibility. So, does she get half? If she's not sharing the financial responsibility, excuse me, hell to the no. you shouldn't be getting financial. You shouldn't be getting half or nothing. And just to say that, well, I put up with him, but you didn't pay no bills. We talking about straight money, and the money rolls over to material things. But my money or the guy's money paid for all of this. How you gonna be entitled to something you didn't pay for? Because I'm keeping receipts. Yeah, all these these charge accounts and all that stuff open up in my name. No, we're not gonna do that. So should you get half? Marital status plays a big role. Share responsibilities. Number 3. This is where the argument started. In there, they was arguing with each other. Joint and separate accounts. That's bank accounts. Joint and separate accounts. Again, when you're married. Good morning, and Diane, how you doing? When you're married, I don't think that when you're married, it seems that all of the finances should go into one account. Now, I know some of y'all ladies got these secret accounts y'all got hidden and put them in your mama's name and your auntie's name and big mama's name. where you go in and you peel back a little bit of your check and slide it on over there, and hide it, and just in case something happened and he don't know about it and all of that. Hey, if he down with it, that's okay. But there should be, we have one account. So if we, notice I said if we are putting money into that joint account, then yes, she should get half. That makes good sense. But if we ain't putting nothing in that joint account, we shouldn't be entitled to nothing. That ain't no we. That's mine. And what I would do, and I hate to say this, I'm be dirty. If it's not a joint account, if it's just my money going in there, my name is the only name on it. So what I would do when we get ready to separate and you try to get half, I go down there and draw all that money out of there real quick. So when the lawyer comes in, ain't no money in there, and I don't know what happened to it, sir. Sorry, it's not joint because you didn't put nothing in there. So should she get half if it's a joint account and you all married and she put something in there and you invested in that? Of course. Certainly. And let me tell you how all this started. All this started, y'all know Dr. Dre, right? So Dre, him and his wife are estranged, and she wanted this god awful amount of money. She wanted this god awful amount of money to, in the split. Well, that dude got beats and all this other stuff that he's invested money in and all that. You didn't have, and he was well off when he met you. I think there was a prenup involved, but you still want more. And these high profile athletes and celebrities that are going into and marrying these strippers and getting them pregnant, and then at the end of the day, they want $30,000 a month, to take care of a child. Basically, you saying I want $30,000, so I ain't got to do nothing. So I can go back to, whatever I was doing and live that life. You need to be taken for that kind of money. And the contrast to that is the guy from Amazon, Jeff Bezos, whatever his name is. Now, his wife helped him build that $1 billion. They built that. So you doggone right. And he gave her a whole bunch of money. And that was the right thing to do. But on that Dre side, no, you just let me quote Kanye. I ain't saying she's a gold digger. The rest of that, right? These dudes got to watch out for these chicks that scheming and scamming, so they can be in a relationship long enough. They've read the law, they got a lawyer, and the lawyer is telling them, okay, you need to stay in that relationship for X amount of years, so that way you can be qualified, to get this bread. You're gonna win, So if you got comments, post your comments in the comment bar so everybody can see them. Good morning and welcome to the show. So again, does she get half? Marital status plays a role in that. Shared responsibilities, shared financial duties. Are you paying the bills? Are you help paying the bills? Do we have joint and separate accounts for you ladies that's sliding somewhere, taking your check and spending it someplace else? Good morning, Bridget. Tell your mother I said hello. Thank you. You got to be careful. And wait a minute. And on the contrary, on the other side, ladies, you need to watch these dudes that's trying to find, women that's going somewhere. Ain't that much love in the world for you to let no dude lay up on you and don't have no job. That I'm sorry, if you got this, look, let me say this. This not have nothing to do with today's show. If you got this dude laying up, hey, and now what's up? Hey, good morning, man. If you got this dude and you letting him lay up on you, he's sorry. And you even sorry for letting his sorry behind lay up on you and he don't want to work. Or he got some nickel and dime job. I'm not taking it back. And ain't that much love in the world. No, you letting him lay up on you like that because you can control it. He ain't got nowhere to live. You can tell him to get out whenever you want to. He got to come ask you. Both of y'all need to get y'all head examined. I'm glad I don't have daughters because I'm not going to let nobody lay up on my daughter. I'm going over there with that iron and run that bad word out of that house. You ain't got to run him out. I'm going to run him out. Again, so you ladies are letting these chumps lay up on you. Hey, don't be giving them no timeline. Either you do this now, dude, you got to go. You don't find out later on he was a bum. You knew he was a bum when you first got with it. Okay, you're welcome. And that was free. Okay, so thank you, Bridget. Yeah. And that's from a shout out for my sister. Stop letting these dudes lay up on you, these bums. You know, the one, well, you gonna change him. You ain't gonna change him. He ain't gonna change. You've been doing that too long. So, okay, marital status plays a role. Should they get half? Shared responsibilities plays a role. Joint accounts, separate accounts. You know, put it all in one account. If it's one account and we married and we split up, yep, she gets half. She's entitled to that. Number 4, this is crucial right here. Ladies, lean in close. What did he have from the start? Back to Drake, back to Jeff Bezos. Okay, so if I'm a millionaire, a gazillionaire before I meet you, and hold on just a second. And I always joke whenever I drink this water, I was gonna say, man, that bourbon is good. It's good, not straight water. What did he have from the start? So if I'm a gazillionaire and you know, and you know what, and to keep talking to him, because sometimes you can't get through. They get offended when you start talking to them. But you know what? They ain't no teacher like experience. Experience is gonna teach them. Sad to say, time and experience. Tell I said that. So if I'm a gazillionaire, right, and I have this bread, you know, I'm you know, so much money that I can light my cigars with $100 bills. Wow, that's living life, right? Okay, so I have all this money, and I married somebody, and they broke as a joke. They, you know, they don't have nothing. They living with mama, you know, and I don't know how I ran into them, because you know, people that got money traveling different circles. Maybe I was at Walmart and we was rounding the corner and I bumped baskets, and she had peanut butter in her basket and I had jelly in mine, and I knew it was a match made in heaven. You know, peanut butter and jelly go together. Yeah. Okay, so we start talking, we chatting it up, and then you know it progresses, and she falls in love. But the first thing, wait a minute. But she finds out before she fell in love with me, before she hollering, wow, she's still with him. That's sad. Okay, tell her good luck. I'm praying for her. She finds out before she realizes, wait, man, this dude is spending a whole bunch of bread on me. And then the scheme comes in. She starts scheming. And, you know, I ain't finna let this money go. I don't have no job. You know, mama is telling me I need to get out or find work. So the job becomes getting married to me. That becomes the job. The job becomes getting married to me. That's the job. The job becomes getting married to me. Hold on just a minute. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by Golden D Hairline, bonnets, bows, wigs, weaves, eyelashes, extensions, edge controls. Ladies, you need to jump on that and so much more. Visit their website at goldendhairline.com. There we go. So now we progress into the relationship, because you know, maybe she had good intentions from the beginning, or maybe she's like these gold diggers, these sports and celebrities or figures or whatever you want to, that's marrying these women, these professional. Let me put this in professional prostitutes. Yeah, that's basically what they are. You know, they sitting, as old folks say, they laying for somebody that got some money, because they got long-term goals, and the long-term goal is get pregnant, drag this dude into court, get $30,000 or $40,000 a month, and I ain't gotta work. You know, and I'm gonna shine. Okay. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But now you realize I got money, so now you want to get married. Excuse me. But you came into the relationship broke as a joke. Are you entitled to half when you decide that it wasn't really love? Oh, when you decide it wasn't love, and you decide we gonna split up. But all of a sudden you find money to go get a lawyer, and now you want half of what I got. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the conversation got heated at my chill spot. I don't think you're entitled to nothing, because you came in here with nothing. You came here with a suitcase with your clothes and moved into my apartment or my house or whatever. I moved you in here. Mistake number one, because I would never do that. Me personally, now, ladies, I know how y'all do. What you do is you start leaving stuff over there, and then pretty soon, next thing you know, all your stuff at my house. No, then you messing it up. No, I'm not gonna let you. If you spend the night, it'll be limited, and you got to bounce. Because no, this ain't your this ain't your chill spot. This ain't for you. You ain't hanging your hat right here. So you moved in, and now we're ready to leave. You ready to leave because we're not in love. But what did I have from the start? I had $1 gazillion from the start, and you had nothing. Do you get half of that? No, you should not get half. You should not get nothing. Look at that. Here we go. Comments. Nope, you should not. Edna, nope. Bridget, I'm gonna leave Bridget's comments up here the longest. You leave with what you came with. And somebody wrote a song saying nothing from nothing. You sure got that right. Leaves nothing. So if you came in here with nothing, as far as Clifford English is concerned, that's what you're behind leaving with. Nothing. Period. Because chances are, excuse me, if I have all that bread, $1 gazillion, I got $1 gazillion lawyers to protect me from doing something stupid and something foolish to where you can't take me for everything that I have. Now, me being the dude that I am, because I'm a nice guy, and yeah, I know, yeah, I am. Contrary to what you've heard, I probably would break bread with you, give you something as a parting gift. It's kind of like thanks for playing. Here, take this $500, and I'm gonna Uber you a ride to back to your mama's house, and I'm gonna change my set, and I've already turned off the cell phone I gave you, so you won't be able to turn it on. You had a phone, I turned that off, and don't come back over here. I'm gonna go get me a restraining order to keep you out of my life. So what did the dude have from the start plays a big role into whether or not she should get half. If that dude is loaded and you came in with nothing, you shouldn't get anything. If you help me build this empire, like Fred Sanford said, you help me build this empire, then yes, I think you should be entitled to have like let me use me and my wife as an example, and Diane. This empire that we building this together. So she's entitled to it, business, everything. Because we got to put up with each other. We got to put up with the ups and the downs and struggles. And let me tell you this, ladies, I do believe in some instances, being a black man, I know how some of them are. Notice I say this, let me exclude me. I know how some of them are. And in some instances, it is worth, you had to put up with that dude. That in itself should make you be, you got one of these dudes when they get old and stuff, I know how some of these cats are, these old brothers, and hey, it's hard to, hey, I'm praying for you. It's hard to put up with, you do it, you should be entitled to something. Now to what, you're entitled to, I wouldn't be able to tell you that. So should she get half? The topic of the show today, marital status plays a role. Shared financial responsibilities plays a role. Do we have joint or separate accounts? If we married, then I believe when people marry, I hear these dudes saying, "Man, I got separate accounts." I put my money now. If you marrying somebody you can't trust, then my question would be, why would y'all get married? Why would y'all get married if you can't trust it? When my job pays me on the 1st and 15th, I do not run behind my wife, and see whether or not the money is in the account. My wife will tell you now, I barely know how to get into the account on my phone and stuff, but I know how to go down to Chase Bank. I don't have time to see. Here we go, Bobby Ray. What's up, Bobby Ray? Good to see you, boy. When you become one, everything is one. What is mine now becomes yours. What is yours now becomes mine. We need to think about what we do before we, and you show right, Bobby Ray. Thank you again. Let me leave your comments up there so folks can read that. When we become married, everything becomes ours. It's not no longer mine and yours. That includes the money. We're talking about the money because that money is a lot of times what separates a lot of people. They start having financial problems. Everything's going good and one of them lose a job, and then they start having, the woman becomes disrespectful. It was okay when I had this job working at this big energy company, and and then I got laid off, and as long as you was able to spend all my money and spend some of yours, it was okay. Now all of a sudden you talking bad to me because sometimes that happens. People lose their jobs, and now all of a sudden you disrespectful. Now all of a sudden I'm this bad dude, but it was okay when you was when you was able to say charge it. So what did he have from the start? What did the guy have from the start that will qualify you to get half? Now look at number 5. Wow, number 5. I'm gonna block my wife. I'm not posting this comment. She put on. I'm fixing to block her right now. I think I can block her, but y'all won't even see her on here no more. Let me put it up here real quick. She says, I had no idea how much money we had. And that is true to some degree. But every time that money spent over a certain amount, I get an alert on my phone. So I do know. But let me tell you, I don't care enough to run behind my wife to see if she's spending money. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be running behind her. She can go wherever she want to go. She's free to go. I don't run behind my wife, and she don't run behind me. And I thank the Lord for that. My phone can ring, and she ain't gonna be looking to see who I'm talking to. And I got female friends, and she ain't tripping. Some of y'all dudes need to check y'all's relationship and stop all of this, that harassing stuff. I don't see how y'all do it. When you get paid, you got to put your money in separate accounts. Hey, what's up? What's up, Ed? How you doing? Good morning. So some of you dudes, you got to put your money in a separate account because you can't trust it. Y'all money separated. Y'all are not one. When y'all married, I think that's Bible said the two become one. That means the money becomes one. There's no, I don't tell my wife, well, you can't spend this. I could care less, what she spends. She know what these utilities and all this stuff cost. And I know to some point, I really don't. Hey, if you spending money and you can't trust her, and y'all gotta have separate accounts, and you pay this bill, hey, you know what? Good, y'all have fun managing that. For me, that does not work for me. I don't have time to devote to that. Okay, so we're looking at what did he have from the start? Number 5, a prenup. I guarantee you, if I had $1 gazillion, I would have a prenup. If you have any type of material wealth, financial wealth, property, all that, you need to have a prenup to protect you from these chicks out here trying to get half of what you have. You would be a fool not to have a prenup. Period. You would need to have I would need to have first I'm gonna go get a lawyer to make sure we know what I have first, and then I'm going to have a prenup to make sure it protects me from everything and everybody. And wait a minute, and that even includes family members that's gonna come out of the woodwork. If you think your family's all together and you got a whole bunch of property money, drop dead and see. Them folks will go to arguing over little bitty stuff that they didn't know you had. Once they find out, everybody comes out of woodworks claiming stuff. So if you got a whole bunch of money and there's a prenup, the prenup will stop her from getting half. Dre had a prenup, but what I'm thinking is the prenup did not disqualify his wife from some of what he had. I think it disqualified her from a majority of it. And hey, that dude is worth $1 gazillion, so he had to make sure he protected himself from that gold digger. Because sometimes you might not see their gold digger until they realize down the road, okay, wait a minute, it wasn't love from the beginning. It was about this life we live. We live in this life because of his money. So a prenup definitely disqualifies you from getting half. You should not even be looking for nothing, because my prenup is going. If I get a prenup and I got $1 gazillion, my prenup gonna send you up out of here the same way you came in. Back to, unless we built this empire together. Should she get half, marital status, shared financial duties, joint accounts or separate accounts? What did we have from the start? The prenup plays a role. And number 6, this is crucial. Number 6, common law marriage. So when I worked in the funeral, y'all know old folks don't never say funeral, they say fume. So when I worked in the funeral industry, let me give you just a brief little analogy. So this dude died, and he had multiple children, and he was never legally divorced from his wife. It created it was like kicking over a hornet's nest when that dude died. Women was coming from everywhere, coming up to make when arrangements. After we made arrangements, they was coming in there arguing over why this person came in and made arrangements when the one that was designated by the law put the obituary in the newspaper. It came back raising hell about why come this child's name wasn't in there and this person was listed. Well, the problem was he was not legally divorced from his wife, who had the final right, the rights to final disposition according to the law, and the common law marriage was not recognized related to property. So if we're in a common law marriage, and I have heard of guys that die and don't have a will and was common law married to this person for 10, 15, 20 years, and they wasn't entitled to nothing. They didn't get nothing. So two lessons are learned here. So why would you stay with somebody that don't want to marry you? That says something right there. Why would you stay with that dude who don't he don't want to make it official, as they say. He just stringing you along. If you love him and he loves you, then y'all ought to get married. So common law would definitely. I don't think you're gonna get half in common law. If this dude was married and him and his first wife had a whole bunch of property, a whole bunch of material stuff, and they did not get legally divorced, and then you common law with him, when he dies, if he made something and y'all didn't get married, he made a whole bunch of money or whatever, he accumulated a lot of property and he died, my thoughts would be, it's going back to the one that he's legally married to. You don't get half, you don't get nothing. You stuck like Chuck, holding the bag, and it's not the bag like these young folks say with money. It got rocks in it. You didn't get nothing. So to answer the question, should she get half? There are some instances where I believe the lady, the female, the girl is entitled to. The woman is entitled to half. There are some instances where I think, yeah, she should be entitled to half. And the only way I think she's entitled to have is this. If you came into this relationship with something other than your body, and that's a nice way of putting it, because that ain't that's not worth. No, that's another show. If you came into this relationship with something other than your body, and it equated to something that we can actually put on paper to see what it was valued at. If you came in here with something and we put it together and we built something, yeah, you entitled to have. If you came in here with nothing and you didn't pay no bills, you didn't put nothing in no account because you wasn't working and you felt you just and I was stupid enough to let you just lay up on me while I built this empire, and then when we split up, you think you entitled to have, you can shake your head no. I don't think you should be entitled to have. I think you get nothing. You should, you get nothing. Do we got joint accounts? If you poured into that joint account, yeah, you should be. We need to split it down. We need to split it down the middle. I think when people get separated, I think there's an easy way, a nice way to get separated. It doesn't have to be so contentious, but it's generally contentious. That is over property and material things that are just gonna fade away at the end of the day. I'm not gonna get into a spat with my wife and suck up all our money on lawyers arguing over a TV. I'm not gonna argue. We're not gonna argue. I'm not gonna do that. That's you can have it. So we can dissolve this, because when we start talking about dissolving property, we start talking about how much it's worth. Then we start wanting, everybody wants the same amount. That's why when like Drake, she wanted a whole bunch of money. That he had already accumulated, and then she came up with this godly figure to say, okay, this is what. So wait a minute. So how do you determine how much you should be getting? $20,000, $30,000 a month or whatever. How somebody determine that? Who can't live off $5,000 a month? You can't live off that. What even if you got a child, you can't live off that. No, what that means is you don't want to work. And now the child might be living good, but you living good too. That's another show. I want to mess up. I got a whole bunch of show ideas from this show alone. So let me go real quick. Should you have marital status plays a role? Shared financial duties plays a role. Joint accounts, separate accounts plays a role. What did he have from the start? Did he have anything? That's going to play a role. The prenup, definitely. You definitely need to get that. If you got money out there, dudes, and you thinking about falling in love with her, I dare you to go get a. I am blocking my wife and my mother-in-law. Y'all just got blocked. Thank you. She made me lose my train of thought. I'm gonna get you for that, mother-in-law. What did he have from the start? Prenup plays a role. Common law. If that dude is in love with you, let him marry you. Again, today's show was brought to you by Golden D Hairline. Golden D Hairline bonnets, bows, wigs, weaves, eyelashes, eyelash extensions, edge control, and much more. Visit their website at goldendhairline.com. So once again, thank you for tuning in to the show. Don't forget to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram. Thank you for joining the show. Today's show, let me leave you with this thought. I cannot change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Thank you for joining the show.